Hello everyone and welcome back to another very interactive chess game, another very exciting chess game from the World Rapid Chess Championship from 2022, which happened recently. In this chess game we have Magnus Carlsen with the white pieces and his opponent is Abdusattorov with the black pieces. He was the actually champion, the world champion at Rapid Chess when this chess game happened. Of course, Carlsen is the leading player. Look at Carlsen's rating. He outrates his opponent massively. So Abdusattorov representing Uzbekistan and Carlsen from Norway. Okay, let's see what happened in this chess game. Magnus Carlsen has the white pieces. And you probably know that Abdusattorov lost his title. Now the current World Rapid Chess Champion is Magnus Carlsen. So he starts the game with b3, e5, bishop to b2, knight to c6, e3. So this is the Nimzo-Larsen attack. Knight to f6, knight to f3, developing the bishop, and then c4, castling, slowly developing the pieces, and bishop goes back. Nothing out of the ordinary, nothing so interesting so far. And then bishop to f5, targeting the weakness. Rook over, rook from f to e1, bishop to g6, and then g4, very exciting, very impressive. Pushing the g-pawn, targeting the pawn, king to h1 by Magnus Carlsen. He says, come on, take my pawn and make my day. Like Clint Eastwood in the Dirty Harry movie. But we have rook from a to d8. So in this position, what happens if capturing the pawn, then knight takes on e5. And white is doing excellent. So this is a discover attack to the queen. And this looks very dangerous for black. So this is at the same time opening the file for the rook. So rook over and then knight to e4 by Carlsen. King to h8 and rook from a to d1. Bishop goes back. And finally centralizing the rook, putting the rook on the g file. Knight to b6, rook up, so Carlsen simply wants to create battery on the g file. a4, capturing the pawn, temporarily sacrificing the pawn, knight to a5, and then doubling the rooks. Bishop to d5, and finally pushing the g-pawn, g5, and then f5. Of course closing, not opening for the rook. And knight to c3, attacking the dangerous bishop, so bishop goes back and still the knight is pinned. e4, closing and solving the problem. Knight takes on a4, capturing the pawn and getting back the pawn. Bishop takes and defending the queen. And in this position, placing the queen on the diagonal. Knight to c6. And Carlsen played g6, knight to d4. Well, in this position, of course, let's play a blunder. If h takes on g6, then rook to h3, check, king to g8, and then checking the king and capturing the bishop, and this is all over for black. So this is why after g6, knight to d4, of course not capturing the pawn. And what would you do in this position? Magnus Carlsen played an incredible move, so can you guess the next move of Magnus Carlsen? He actually played like Mikhail Tal. So in this position, Abdusattorov is attacking the bishop on e2. So if capturing the bishop, that is family fork, forking two rooks and the queen. That is all over for white. So what would you do in this position? Would you defend the bishop? Maybe bishop, maybe queen to d2 comes to mind. Or maybe knight takes knight or something like that comes to mind. What would you do? Magnus Carlsen played an incredible move. As I said, he played knight to g5, sacrificing the bishop, and black accepted the sacrifice, knight takes on e2, forking the rooks and the queen. But then knight to f7, a very interesting moment of the game. Actually, Magnus Carlsen didn't see the best move. The best move was queen to c4. This was much better according to the computer chess engine, of course, and sacrificing the exchange as well. And then rook to e7, of course, how to defend, knight check, knight back check, king over, and then checkmate. So rook to e7 defending, but then g takes on h7, and this is a crushing move, and black is in serious trouble. How to defend the checkmate threat? Queen to g8, rook to e6, knight takes on e6, that is the only defense. Rook to e8, knight takes on g7 is a crushing move, threatening checkmate. What else? Bishop takes on e5 is also a crushing move because of checkmate. So rook to e7 maybe checkmate. There is no defense, so you can see that Magnus Carlsen is attacking massively to his opponent. So knight to g5, knight takes on e2, but knight to f7 missing the best move, queen to c4. You know why queen to c4 was the best move now. Queen takes, pawn takes queen, knight takes, pawn takes rook, queen, what else? Bishop takes, simplifying the game, and then capturing the pawn. Bishop takes on f5, bank, bishop takes on e5, bishop takes on d3, and then here comes another crushing move by Magnus Carlsen, which made his opponent throw in the towel right on the spot. So what would you do in this position, once again, if you had the white pieces? So if you want, you can pause the video and try to guess the next move of Magnus Carlsen. I'm waiting, so I'm going to wait like 3 seconds. It's a very simple move. Well, Magnus Carlsen captured on g7, rook takes on g7, and black resigned. What a game, what a game. Because if bishop takes on g7, only move, checking the king, one of the only moves, and then capturing the rook, bishop takes on d8. What a smashing, crushing, slashing, dashing chess game by Magnus Carlsen. This chess game would make Mikhail Tal proud. Okay, black can try checking the king, then blocking with the rook, capturing the rook, king takes bishop, and white is a piece up, and that is all over for black. And okay, so let's check out the crushing moves once again in this chess game. First, knight to g5, and okay, queen to c4 was much better. But we have knight to f7, and so rook takes on g7, bishop takes on g7 is losing, and that's all she wrote. So what do you think about this chess game as well? Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you next time with more amazing, beautiful chess games from modern times sometimes and from the history of chess. So take care, stay safe, and bye bye.